All right, folks, let's go ahead and hop into it. Going live a little bit early today because it's my nephew's birthday party in a little bit, so I want to go to that. It's important. You know, it's important to go to the children's birthdays, in my opinion. So, anyway, that's a brand new track. You can find that at zillonline.bandcamp.com. And pay what you want. You can get it for free even. And all of my newer stuff, I mentioned this on the other live stream, all my newer stuff is under an attribution license, which basically means you can use it even commercially for whatever you want without paying me royalties, as long as you say where you got it from. In other words, you have to attribute it to me. And that includes derivative works if you wanted to remix it or use it for something else in one of your videos or something like that. I have wanted to do this more and more because I feel like people just need access to cheap assets. It's hard to, when you're starting out especially, to have a lot of money for a lot of different assets. You know, to like have stock photos and stuff like that you actually have access to have music, those sorts of things. It gets kind of difficult to be an independent... Oops, microphone cable's coming out there, sorry. It gets kind of difficult to be an independent creator when you have to have all of this money just kind of flowing out to buy assets, to do the things that people who already have the money coming in can do. So it's good to find cheap alternatives, including free software. Anyway, there's that music. So you can check that out later if you want. Let's go ahead and let's hop right into some gameplay. I don't really have a big lecture or anything for today. I will address a question in this, and I may... just like I do before, or did on the last live stream, I'll cut this up and maybe put it up as its own little video. So, you know, would you consider doing a video about titling your fiction? In other words, what is your book title? I looked through your writing series and I didn't see anything like that. I've talked about it before, but in the context of live streams, it's kind of hard to dig out that information. So we'll just address that directly right now. So what should you title your book? This is actually a more difficult question to answer than you might think. And the reason is because a lot of people are not paying attention to how books are titled specifically with genre. So what you title your book has a lot to do with what genre you happen to be writing in. So horror books are going to have a certain sort of feel to their titles, as are fantasy books, high fantasy books, vampire romance, whatever genre you happen to be writing in is going to have certain feels to their titles. And so if you are an analytical person like me, you can go look up genres and you'll see lots of different keywords that start to pop up. So there's two different approaches you can take to titling your work. If you're an indie author, one of those tends to be the one that is preferred, at least for most authors, and that is keyword titling. So you can use a title which is very unique, or you can use a title which is not unique but uses keywords which signal your genre. Those keywords can be really useful if you are in a niche area of some part of fiction. So if you are writing, let's say you're writing fantasy that is about fairies, right, about the fae on some level, using the word fae, F-A-E, in the title is a really good idea, because that is one of the things people will type into a search bar. So if they're typing in something about fae fantasy, yours is going to pop up really high simply because the title has a keyword in it. You're going to have people that will hit your book just because the title is the same as something else they're searching for. Sometimes this can be accidental, like you have a book title that ends up being really similar or the same to something else which is very popular at the moment. So, you know, if you like the Galaxy's Edge science fiction series, there's a Galaxy's Edge Star Wars Disney park. You know, it's part of Disneyland. So as people search for Galaxy's Edge, they're going to find your books, and also it's just going to push you higher in an algorithm. That's accidental, but you can intentionally choose a keyword title. You'll notice that fantasy books have this title like blank of the blank, right? Water of Awakening. Now, Water of Awakening is not a keyword title really at all. If I wanted a keyword title, I would call it like Into the Fae or something like that, or Journey to the Fae. Likewise, Needle Ash has a mysterious title, so I'm not doing keyword titling for my fantasy quite so much. But you could if you want to. So if you are looking to boost your sales a little bit more organically, you can choose a keyword title. Ultimately, I think, I choose titles that I think represent what's in the book and have a mysterious quality to them for a lot of my book titles. Because I'm not relying on the title to get I'm relying on the title to get people's attention in a different way. By people going, I wonder what that's about. Rather than, oh, that looks like something I'm looking for. There's two different approaches there, right? So I do the other approach, which is just titles that are not really keyword focused. Another thing that you'll see indie authors do is they will have the same word. They'll have a series of books, and the same word will occur in every single title in that series. Magic, wild magic, destroying magic. They'll use the word magic as a title for every single thing. That's a keyword title, and as you make a really long series, that keyword becomes more strongly associated with your specific series and not something that somebody else happens to be doing. So that is something that you can also do as well. How do you know what keywords are part of your genre? Well, there's a couple ways to find out. One is to go look up your genre and see what's there. You're going to see a lot of romance books have things like wild at heart, taming this, wild and taming, because that's like a female fantasy. You're going to have words that like are really cueing into the particular subgenre of romance that you're really trying to target with your book title. So you'll find things like that. Another thing that you could use, another tool you could use is something such as Publisher Rocket, and I'll go ahead and show this to you. Publisher Rocket is a software that you can get, which is, it's a useful tool for people that are looking to write to market. I use it mostly after the fact to kind of focus on keywords and AdWords that I want to use for certain books if I choose to advertise them. So software looks like this. There's a bunch of different things that you can find, like categories you want to write in that have low competition but high readership. This is a useful tool for figuring that out. I don't use it for that purpose at all. I write exactly what I want to write all the time. I do not consider the saturation of the market or the lack of a market in an area at all when I write a book, because I know that I'm just not going to be excited to write a book that I don't care about. So I refuse to write anything that I don't care about, and instead I write the things that I care the most about. I have a particular vision that I'm pursuing, really in difference to everything else, and that's the way that I operate. I've talked about this beforehand. I approach writing as a business, but not as a business that I do, where my goal is to like maximize profits. Because if I wanted to just make money, I wouldn't be in the book writing business at all. I'd be farming or doing something else like that is just going to be more money for less work. I could drive a truck and make just as much money writing books and have a lot more downtime. So I write books because I care about what I'm writing here. So you can search for certain keywords, and let's say you're writing Fae fantasy, you can look up what keywords are there and what the average monthly earnings are for what people are putting in for their keywords. And so something like Fae romance, you may want to use the word Fae in your title. The wild Fae, taming the wild Fae or something, if you had like Fae romance. Apparently, let's see how good this does. This will tell you, $1,200 a month. That's pretty good. So, you can look up a bunch of different keywords and see if those can work in a title for you. Likewise, you can look at categories, go look up the books that are in that category, see what their titles are like, see what keywords they have in their categories or keywords they have in their titles, and see if you can have something like that. If you're writing something like fantasy, you'll find a lot of things. It's like words like sword, dragon, dragons of autumn's twilight, dragons of this and that, right? These are Dragonlance books. Sword, winter for some reason, seasonal names are big in fantasy, things like that. Okay, so you'll find those, and then you can decide on a title on your book from that direction. I think the closest thing I probably have to a keyword title is my nonfiction book, which is Keys to Prolific Creativity, which just basically has a really strong keyword in it, creativity. Maybe the other one would be Crown of Sight, because the word crown is a fantasy word. That's like a fantasy specific word that you see a lot. So Crown of Sight, this of that, or this of the that is always like a fantasy title. So you see it and you know it's a fantasy book, right away. So anyway, I thought I'd show stuff like that to you. You can search all these different ones. Fairy knitting, I guess that's a keyword that someone uses, and it apparently makes a lot of money. So if you're writing a book on how to knit fairies, you're probably going to do okay. You're streaming during the Josh Swain fight. I don't know what the Josh Swain fight is. Sorry. I don't watch TV or sports at all anymore. I completely checked out of sports, and I recommend most people do. A ton of Joshes are fighting right in the middle of Nebraska. Alliteration is good too. Alliteration is very good to use for a title. Terrible twos, right? That it's just memorable and it pops out at you. You can also have those big letters that are there. All those things go together though. The title, the book cover, what you're evoking with it. You always want to signal to what's actually in the book. So you don't want to choose a keyword title that is just has nothing to do with your book simply because it's popular. That won't accomplish what you want at all. So don't do that. But you can do other stuff. All right, I'm going to go ahead and queue up the game. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys and that can be helpful. Let's go ahead and hop into a little bit of gaming here. Oh yeah, I need to open up Adrenaline. So I use a program to play all my PSP and PlayStation 1 games called Adrenaline. And this is something that you can use if you hack your Vita, which I recommend you do. So if you have a PlayStation Vita and you haven't gone through the trouble of installing custom firmware, this is an end-of-life console. They were going to take down the store. They've gone back on that, which is really good, which means you can buy more digital Vita games and more digital PlayStation portable games. But if you hack it and you put your Hinkaku and your Molecule Shell firmware stuff on it, you can install Adrenaline, which will let you run basically the entire PS1 catalog. If you already have the disc, you can rip the disc to your computer. You can use a third-party program that will format it for this program Adrenaline to run, and you get a ton of great options that way. Okay, so I do recommend that you use that if you have a Vita. I'm playing the PSP version of Final Fantasy IV, which I really like. I think it's a absolutely great version of this particular game. It's very true to the Japanese original graphically and in terms of the script. And so, yeah, there we go, level 56. You get the correct gameplay. It's exactly like the gameplay of the original, with a little higher fidelity 2D, but you don't lose the feeling of that 2D artwork. It still looks like pixel art. All right, time for us to fight Dark Bahamut and see if we can get Cecil's sword here. So he's going to cast Mega Flare. And we got to heal up from that pretty quickly. Now we actually want... let's see if we can... I think we can summon Asura for free. If you use summons on this fight, it can cause him to cast Mega Flare every time. But I don't know if that's summons that hit him. We'll find out real quick. Because I tried this fight and died like last night. Yeah, he casts Reflect on himself, so. Do Kiraja. Max heals here. We should be able to berserk him, actually. That's probably what we should do. And we can have her use some high potions. Whoever gets hit here. That'll work. I think we have some Bacchus wine, or whatever it is down here. Oh, where is it? Bacchus's wine. Alright, Cecil's going down. It's okay, we'll res him. We'll arise him. And we'll... Poor guy. He didn't make it. We'll try to get through this. How long before there's a Final Fantasy? Series seems to be getting pretty thin by now. I don't think it's getting thin, honestly. I think it's just, you're right, it's been going on a while. And just see if we can whittle him down. We'll do like a Kiraga, and that'll probably help. Kane hits pretty hard. Let's see who survives this real quick. Alright, get this one out. Still love Dragon Quest, and those games hardly change. Yeah, they're pretty... That's very much, to me, like variations on a theme. Which, honestly, I appreciate. I appreciate the variations on a theme. Let's see if we can get this guy down. Uh-oh. didn't go through. There we go. Kiraga. Let's see if we can get the Bacchus wine going again. Berserk himself. See if we can keep him up. Baldur's Gate was good, yeah. I have played Legends of Dragoon. Yeah, if you summon against this guy, he will cast Mega Flare, which is pretty annoying. But you can summon Asura on yourself, and that can help a lot. So I'm just having her use high potions on whoever just needs a little bit of topping off. And we should be able to whittle him down. Yeah, I like Dragon Quest XI quite a bit. Me and my son had a lot of fun playing that game. Loved the story. See how hard that hits her. Okay. Use that on yourself. There we go. Man, he can hit hard, can't he? Kiraga. Let's see who. It's Kane's dead. Alright, Arise. Get up, Kane! There we go. Flare! So he casts Flare on himself with Reflect, so basically you can't have any Reflect magic up. It won't work. That's why that's that way. What's great about the Final Fantasy games is right from the beginning, every game is different, so... you know, you really can kind of have the series just sort of go on and on. Oh no, I didn't time that right. Oh well. These are gonna hit Rosa. Alright, yeah. Let's do Kiraga. There it is. Oh, never mind. We got him. Easy mode. He actually killed me. I was playing this last night with my son, and he killed me. Obtained Ragnarok. I think that's the best sword for Cecil until you finish the game and do the post-game content. On this version, there's some bonus dungeons. Since we have a rest spot, we're just going to cure up here. There we go. And equipment. Excalibur. Went through all the trouble to get Excalibur, but Ragnarok is like a billion times better, so we're going to put that on. These guys are easy. Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics is like a lot too. How many Final Fantasy things are there anyway? Over 100? Probably. Like, if you are going to count just games, there's probably like 40. And if you're going to count... if you're going to count, like, movies and all that other stuff, I mean, who knows? Have to add them all up. Because, like, the Mana series started off, in some ways, as a Final Fantasy spin-off. It was Final Fantasy Adventure on the Game Boy. You know, Final Fantasy Adventure on the Game Boy was what that one was. Let's use a couple tints here. I have plenty of those. Does anyone recommend Final Fantasy Tactics? Yeah, I love Final Fantasy Tactics. Some people are not fans of it. Because it definitely has a lot of complex gameplay, and it can be rather slow because it's very strategic. But I think it's great. I love the gameplay of it personally. You can also, if you like it, try Tactics Ogre, which I think is a great game as well. All right. Overwrite that. All right, now we're ready to go fight Zeromus and get that done. There we go. Down into the depths of the dungeon we go. Back down here. This is like a secret, whole secret thing. Blue dragons. I don't want to fight these guys. It's going to take too long. Can we run away? Or is it like not an option? There we go. 20,000 gil dropped. Not like I'm going to be able to buy anything at this point anyway, so who cares? Alright, one guy, no problem. You quake. Get through that. Jump. Well, that didn't hit very hard, did it? He absorbs, like, most magic. He absorbs fire, for sure. Off-topic question here. Would you think about doing a video on titling your fiction works? I literally talked about that at the beginning of the stream. So just back up. I spent, like, 15 minutes on it. Just for you. Just for you. Yeah, I like the music too. And the arrangement version from the DS version is still pretty good. It's very true to the original. They didn't really redo much other than increase the quality of the MIDI instruments that are being used. So it's very true to the original, in my opinion. That's something that's kind of cool about the different versions of Final Fantasy IV, is that the music is all pretty true to the original. Final Fantasy III, the rearrangement is much more significant, and the reason for that is that you're going from an 8-bit synth to, CD quality audio, so you can do a lot more, so there's more stuff that's there, but it's still a very good soundtrack overall. Yeah, we don't even need to cure up. We're good to go. The encounter rate is very high. Yeah, the Final Fantasy IV crew has the worst bag of holding ever. Drops money constantly. Then we got him down. These guys are easy. You just got to burn them down before you get Doom. There we go. But you get 60,000 gil like pretty much every time you kill one of these monsters, so there's not a lot of... Yay, a cottage! I'll use that. Why am I running away from the easy witches? The answer is they cast Osmos and will completely drain your mana, which is very annoying. And I do have a lot of ethers, but I just don't want to... I don't want to, like, waste the ethers either. Okay, I already been this way. So, the other night, I got all the way to, like, the bottom floor. And had to quit because I just was out of items. So, here's another little rest spot here. So, we'll use let's use a tent real quick. Give us back some mana. We'll save there. And I already did these little bosses here. So these are, you know, we're already good to go there. Another game I've been playing recently, by the way, is Odin Sphere. I'd recommend that one if you want like a beat-em-up RPG, I guess. It's pretty good. Pretty good little story, great art. Do that's pretty good. That's okay damage. I don't think Rydia even has let's see what Holy does. I just want to see how much damage it does. I finally got it. Dang. That is no joke. That spell is no joke. Alright, here we go. Let's find out if we have to fight the behemoths again. They're not that big a deal. Oh, a death mask. Can I run away? Guessing I can't. Okay. So we have reflect on everybody, which is extremely annoying. But watch what we can do. We can do the Daga on Cecil. This is a little bit annoying because it flies over there like that. I think he's vulnerable to thunder, I'm not sure. I'm familiar with Jonathan, yeah. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name, Paju. I don't really watch his videos though. Let's see what happens if I do like Hiraja on him. Let's find out. Let's find out if it hits like one random target. Okay, it hits one random target. That's pretty annoying. Alright, he's dead. But then he's actually pretty easy to res at that point. We can also get through the reflect with a summon. But I'm thinking... And with Quake as well. I'm thinking Thandaga. Thandaga again. Let's pump him up. Let's get him up. Casting haste on himself. No, we don't need that yet. Let's do Bahamut. There we go. See who it's gonna hit real quick. Not gonna kill him. Let's do Holy. And we'll reflect it off of Cecil. Mega Flare! Well, that didn't do too much. Didn't do nearly as much as I thought it would. Alright, let's get her up. Let's do Phoenix down. Hopefully it doesn't hit Rosa. It's random. Hits Kane pretty hard, though. I think Thandaga is going to be the more efficient choice here. I think he's about to die, though. I healed my guys! Okay. An attempt to heal himself. But he didn't even heal himself that much. Funny. But Joe. Yeah, we got a couple levels. Boy, those are beastly things to have to fight. There's probably another one, huh? Can I run from these? Come on, I gotta be able to run from these things, right? No? Alright, fine. Someone was thinking about writing romance novels for the purpose of training and not feeling like they want to actually write. I don't think you'll finish the book, is the problem. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I don't think you'll finish the book. We gotta get her up. Yeah, the problem is you're probably not going to finish the book. Like, it's a lot to write a book. So, like, I'm going to practice on a romance novel something I don't know or care about. You're just never going to finish the book. You're not going to enjoy your time doing it at all. It's going to be completely self-defeating. I wouldn't do that at all. Watch me wipe because I didn't heal up between these guys. Of course it kills Rydia. And it kills Kane. We are in doo-doo. We'll try teleport. Let's see if teleport gets us out of here. Because running away is not doing it. Alright, teleport gets us out of the fight. Alright, so that's useful. These are high potions. Alright. So that's useful. Let's see if the behemoths are back. I bet you they're not, since I already killed them. But we'll find out. Death masks are here, though. I think it's better to practice writing the genre you want to write most of your books in. I agree. Let's get out of here. And we already got the sword over there, so we'll just keep going. Ah, here's a behemoth. So we do have to fight a behemoth. Luckily, these guys are pretty easy to fight. Just every time that you hit them, they hit you back. So as long as you are healing up, you know, you just do a heal like after every, you know, every time that they attack, and you're probably fine. Yeah, she's not really hitting hard, so she probably shouldn't hit with anyone in the back row. But these guys are not hitting that hard now, I noticed, simply because I guess because we're higher level. Let's do a big heal here. Top him off. Is 36,000 to 40,000 words okay for a short non-fiction piece? That is really long. I am 26,000 words in, and I don't want to go too much longer for fear of getting off the main thesis. A short nonfiction piece is like 1,500 words. You know, 40,000 words is a book. That's a short book. You know, Keys to Prolific Creativity is like 30,000, 35,000 words. It's not very long. So, yeah, you're not in short piece territory. You're in book territory. These guys are just a pain in the butt. Yeah, I'm just gonna avoid this fight. It just takes too long, and you just don't really get that much for it. Like, you don't get a ton of XP or anything for this death mask. Does she have teleport? Yeah. Get out of here. Yeah, the other thing about like Magnum Opie, Magnum Opie, is, you know, you're probably not going to have the skill that you need to do your best work for the first book you write. A lot of people get very excited. They're like, I have this huge thing in my head, and I'm not the exception here, by the way. And then you realize you don't have the skill to write that right away. You have to get the reps in. It's okay to start on that, but be aware that you're probably going to have to come back to it later. I don't remember if this guy... Let's find out. Find out if he absorbs magic. Red Keys and Brian Inns don't get money, and wanted it around that length. Yeah, that's a book, you know. Hiraga. Purely physical sense, what harm could a giant severed head actually do? Probably some harm. I was not paying attention to... I think Blizzard did damage to it, though, so that's good. Geisel Whistle. Oh, that'll bring the fat chocobo, like, right to you, I think. Can I walk off the edge here? So where does this take us? No. There's another... There is another thing here. Let me check the map. Inner subterranean. We're on, like... What level are we on? We're on B10. B9. Alright. Thought I saw another chest there. Did I get it? Maybe I didn't walk over and get it. Maybe I did. I don't really remember. Should I walk back and see? Maybe the chat was paying attention. Just like run from a couple fights. Save time. It's not working. It's a lot of these high level fights you can't run from, apparently. I was in a call last night with a guy who spent about 10 minutes explaining to us his world building he's been working on since 2013. I asked, is it published? You can guess the answer. It's like, no. Also, like, focusing on the world building it's a very amateur thing. And I know I tell people, like, not to be amateurs, but it's an amateur thing. You're focusing on things that actually are not going to make people like your book at all. The truth is, like, as much as you may like the world building of, like, Tolkien's Middle Earth, chances are that's not what made it good at all. What made it good was the story that was in it. So a lot of people make that mistake early on. They're like, you know, I'm imagining this society that's like this, and, you know, it's like Dragon Riders of Pern, but it's also like this. It's like Dragon Riders of Pern was good because of the another behemoth. Dragon Riders of Pern was good because it had really good stories in it. Not just because it was, you know, had this cool world that people imagined. That's like just the basic level. Not at all what makes something good. So keep that in mind. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Oscar Wilde. I like Oscar Wilde's stuff quite a bit, by the way. Stage wrestling is for men. What musical theater is for men? Stage wrestling is for men. What musical theater is for women? Agree? I think so. I don't get wrestling. I don't understand it or know why people watch it. So just take that for what it's worth. It hasn't made sense to me since I was like 7 and thought it was real, you know? But there's adult men who watch it, and I don't understand it at all. It's just a mystery to me why anyone likes it. There we go. Yeah, behemoths are like way easier to kill and give you way more experience. I did get the chest. Alright, well that was a waste of time. But we got some XP. Another, yeah, we get to fight another behemoth. Woo! Let's see what this does. I have like a bunch of either, so I'm not that worried about mana anymore. Pretty much never use aim, so I'm gonna try it out. Didn't really do much. Yeah, the internet is slow like all over America for some reason. I've just been hearing it constantly. And I'm wondering kind of like what the reason for that is. Flare! She finally got flare. Sweet. You know, I'm kind of wondering what the reason for that is. And I don't know if it's like we are encountering the breakdown a little bit earlier or like what the deal is. But like as you replace, you know, it's my worry about nuclear power at this point is not that nuclear plants are gonna like put radiation out or mysteriously melt down. It's that they'll melt down because we replace the you know, we replace people who are good at their job with people who are diversity hires. So you have a hiring practice which will eventually replace, you know, it takes a certain kind of person to maintain a nuclear power plant. If you hand that into people who don't know what they're doing, it's gonna blow up, you know? It's like, I think, it's like for South Africa voluntarily shutting down their nuclear power plants because you can't trust the next people to maintain it. You might get that with the internet. It's possible you can get that with the internet at this point in time. The people who need to be maintaining the internet really can't maintain it. It's a very complex and very redundant system, but that doesn't mean that it can't be crippled by something like, you know, domain name servers being populated incorrectly or something by EarCan, which could totally happen. A lot of people don't, you know, they see there's a lot of redundancies and they just don't really think that much more about it. Let's get out of here. Nuclear power is so blindly worshipped and also so uncommon, it seems that I automatically distrust it for no other reason. Still have those ethers. All right. B10. think we just use an emergency exit. Do I have any? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not going to do these fights. They're not worth it. They only give like 10,000 XP. It's better to fight a dragon that you can kill in like 2 turns. Versus this guy where you have to do a bunch of stupid stuff to get him to die. Fuma Shuriken. Good, we'll use that on Zeromus. Fuma Shuriken, we'll use that on Zeromus. I don't see anything over there. Let's keep going this way. That was cool. Very few encounters right there. All right. All right, what do we got here? Zeromus's Malice. Let's see what this one does. Nothing. Cast black magic. I guess we'll try some black magic here. Oh, that missed. Let's run Libra on him. Maybe we can kill him with Holy. Let's find out. And let's let that go through. Miss. Okay. See if Holy does anything. Well, that doesn't do any damage, so... I'm gonna hit him with Flare. Let's see what that does. Alright, so that does damage to him. That does a lot of damage to him. Okay. And that does some damage to him. A little bit. Alright, white magic. Oh, he's confused. Let's see what... Caught by the enemy. That didn't do anything. Maybe we could summon... I don't know what to summon here. Let's just do Flare again. See what that does. Jump seems to do some damage at least. Thanks. Let's hit him with Holy. Phoenix down. Bring Kane back. See if I can actually just attack. See if that knocks... Oh, okay, that killed him. Oh, that's good. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Sorry, I was out of the window. One is a fight, the other is an album. Surrounded by dumb stories. Both require suspension of disbelief. Both are best live while under the influence. All right. All right. Let's also. We can use some of these ethers. Because I have a lot of these. Because we're going to need them to get through the end here, I think. We definitely want to like top our mana off pretty often to get through these Zeromus Malice guys. I do appreciate the super chat. Alright. Let's try... I'll try Blitz. Jump. How much does the Holy Sword do, or does Ragnarok do? Let's find out. Pretty good. No, only 351 damage. It's pretty weak. Let's see if we can hit him with Holy again. Holy does a ton of damage, but it uses an Aether each time, basically. It's the way I look at it. Same thing with Flare. So I'm burning through Aethers doing this. Let's see what Bahamut does. Let's see if Bahamut does more damage. It's basically the same price. Well, that did like nothing. The background noise in the area you're in is driving me nuts. It sounds like someone is on an elliptical or treadmill in the distance. Hold on. Maybe it's just the fan. I can't hear anything. Could be the line noise. If I don't have the volume turned up on the Vita, the line noise can get a little bit strong. There we go. 50,000 gil. There we go. I probably just didn't have the volume turned all the way up on the Vita, which makes the line noise a little louder. There's a little bit of line noise that happens for whatever reason with this setup, because you're going out from the headphone jack into like a microphone jack on my computer, which is the simplest way to do it. Like, I could do it through my interface. It's just a giant pain to do it that way. All right. My daughter's asleep. I need to actually probably call this in a few minutes because I have to get ready to go to this party. I may not be able to fight Zeromus right now. But we'll try. We'll try to get through it right now. We'll see what we can do. I think this is the last boss. Are we at the last boss here? Let me take a look at the map. I believe we are. I think this is it. All right, so let's go ahead and we are going to heal everybody up. And we're going to use all of our ethers. Oops. So we are fully topped off here. Here we go. Golbez, Fusoya. There's phase 1, which we don't even participate in. It's just Golbez and Fusoya. Zeromus. I might create a save state here just to... I don't know. Save myself time if I fail. I should have done that. Oh well. I won't interrupt this cool little fight here. Cast Meteor now! Ready. Die trying! Twin Meteor. Rad. The body dies, but the spirit lives on. We did it. I'm going to create a save state real quick. Just so if I fail, I don't have to go do all that again. It's a you know, death is a time penalty. I just don't want to incur it right now. I want to cheat. Want to cheat. All right. We did it. You have much strength. It's a shame Zeromus had control of your powers. All right. All of you have come. Ugh. Just a second too late. I was supposed to finish him. Cecil. Cecil. If you rename your character as Poopyhead, they'll say Poopyhead. It's very funny when you're 12. This is the part of the horror movie where they say it's over. We are evil. We are the hatred of Zeromus. We are Zeromus. We loathe all. His death has caused his hatred and resentment to grow. We've only served to intensify his evil. Zeromus, no. Now you are Zeromus. This time I will see to it that you are completely destroyed. It is time for you to disappear. I like this, I do like the first Zeromus sprite. I think it looks pretty cool. The lowest taxes you pay is 30 to 36%, depending on what town you live in. Denmark does have going for it, however, the general mentality of the population. They're very laid back and have strong principles. I like the work, relaxed balance they have. Meteor has no effect. Use the crystal. Crystal. You choose the dark path. The crystal cannot cleanse your sins. You are bound by darkness forever. Die. Yeah, it looks like an evil Dr. Seuss creature. The party has fallen. Suffer, die. Our hatred will continue until all is destroyed. It is your turn. Come, join us in hell. Elder. Cecil and the others are in danger. So I see. Now is the time to pray for them. Pray for them and this planet. Palam, Param, we must pray hard to send our prayers to Cecil. Cecil. Please take my strength. I'm gonna kill the whole lot of you if you don't come back safe. Please return us to safety. Do it for this land. We are supporting you. We will pray as well. Come on. Sir Cecil, everyone. Oh, sacred moon, I call out to you. Please accept our prayers. You're gonna save the world through prayer. I like it. Go, Bez. You must use this. Received crystal. Zeromus! I can't lose. I can't! Palam, here, let us help you. Their prayers will give you life. I think you could put them in your party for this. So, I wonder what this looks like if you have them in your party. Yeah, and keep your focus. If you come back dead, I'll kill you. Never change, Sid. Can you promise me you will never die? Brother, give the crystal to the holy power within you. Zeromus, show your true self. Their prayers give you holy power. I'm trying to remember what his shaking does. We get another phase on this guy too, I think. To use the crystal, I think. Zeromus reveals his true self. It's to Shell. Buff everyone up. I don't think Riddy is all that good in this fight. Throw Fuma Shuriken. There we go. I think we can summon with him, but I think he attacks if you summon. This Big Bang. We'll do Asura, I think. Will help us out here. Ah, dang it. Throw the Fuma Shuriken. Just throw till your shurikens are out and then you can berserk him. That's pretty much what I think you need to do on this fight. Cast Ashura again. Hopefully no one dies. Oh, we're close though. We really need to res. Where is it? Rosa. We also throw that Excalibur. All magic has been nullified. It's Kiraga on all my guys real quick. I'm gonna do big. You really want to like have shell up for Big Bang. Uh oh, yeah. I don't think we're gonna get through this one. I think we're gonna fail this particular outing. It may be that he's casting that because of the summon, though. I know that if you do certain things, the summon will not go through. Yeah, that's it. All right, we'll have to try a different day because I'm kind of out of time for today. So, all right, we will kill him a different day because I'm kind of out of time to do this fight. So, I got some other stuff to do. I got to get ready for the nephew's party. So we'll finish that on Monday night, I think. Really wanted to be able to do that today, but it took a little bit longer to get to him than I thought it would. I thought it would be done in an hour. Anyway, I appreciate everybody coming and stopping by. We will try to kill him on Monday. We'll try a different strat, I think. So I'm glad I saved that state so I can just try again. Hopefully we're not like too low a level. This is the Japanese version, so the Japanese version tends to be quite a bit more difficult than the American version if you played it on the SNES. SNES version was the easy type. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for Final Fantasy V. We'll see. Anyway, we'll try again on Monday and finish that up. Maybe start Final Fantasy V. I think I'm going to play the PlayStation 1 version of Final Fantasy V because it has the original art and everything. It looks really good. So we'll probably do that one. So thanks so much, guys, and I will see you all next time. Have a great one. And, yeah, I appreciate it. And I do appreciate the super chats a lot, too. I always appreciate those. You can get the new song, or actually, I think any of the songs, you can pay what you want for any of the Zool songs. But the newest one's called Raindrops. So enjoy, and I'll see you next time.